Thank you very
Gentleman's
much.
recognized.
Thank you very much to the ranking member. I rise today to speak on my amendment to President Trump's reckless and stunningly short-sighted rescissions package, which would, among other harmful cuts, entirely eliminate federal funding for the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. Now, let's be very clear. This is not cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. This isn't trimming around the edges. This isn't the teardrop in an ocean. This is all federal funding for the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which is PBS, NPR, local public television and radio. This is not just an attack, though, on PBS and NPR, as so many of my Republican colleagues have said. They know full well that more than 70% of this cut will be felt by the local radio and television stations in their own communities and across the country. These stations use federally funded CPB radio towers and infrastructure to disseminate life-saving emergency alerts. And they don't just inform rural Americans about and serve news deserts to discuss local news, which of course they do, and they're often the only source of educational programming for children around the country, but they are essential for disaster response and emergency preparedness. 20 states list NPR in their emergency response plans. This infrastructure is essential for emergency alerts, geo-targeted text messages, and first responder communications. But my colleagues know all of this. They know how devastating this defunding will be. Even Chairman Adderholt acknowledged yesterday in the Rules Committee that these cuts will harm his state's public broadcasting networks, and he would like to work on it with Democrats. Well, your chance is right now on the previous question, which if you vote no, we can work together on funding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
I yield the gentleman an additional 30 seconds.
Gentleman's recognized.
But this is not about actual funding. This is caving to Donald Trump's thin skin and his inability to deal with facts rather than to stand up for local stations, local communities, and the First Amendment, which specifically prevents Congress from abridging the freedom of the press. So to every Republican listening, this is yet another chance to oppose Donald Trump's attack on any objective form of accountability and do what's best for your constituents. I urge my colleagues to vote no on the previous question and choose your constituents over Donald Trump.